All right, man. So we've got to come up with like the best intro ever for top 5 things.
I mean, there's just so many products. There were lights,
lasers,
optics,
freaking beams, man.
suppressors,
Ooh.
carbon fiber.
I got it.
Okay,
Top 5 accessories from SHOT Show 2025.
let's go.
Let's go. Welcome back to Class Firearms, guys. Jason here with Ryan.
What's up, guys?
And we're here to talk about our top 5 accessories of 2025 SHOT Show.
Optics, lights, lasers, everything that surrounds the gun, right?
The
That you need
accoutrement.
for it, exactly.
I feel like we compiled a good list, and I'm pretty sure we're going to miss a couple things that folks feel like it should be on there, but this is our list.
It's always gonna happen.
It's always going to happen.
Yeah.
Can't please them all. So I feel like we should just get into it, right?
Number 5.
Number 5. The Cloud Defensive EPL. Yeah, they're an actual duty pistol light. They've been teasing us for years. I mean, cold teasing for real.
We have been wanting it for a while. So we actually talked to them. It was Demo Ranch's range day footage. If you want to go back and see that. We had a 3D printed version of it, and people have been waiting this for at least 2 years.
Yeah,
They've
2
been
years.
teasing it. So actually getting to see it, it is very similar to an X300.
Yeah.
But I like it better in a lot of ways. And here's the best part, is that it fits in an X300 holster.
That's very true.
So you don't have to get a new holster for a new light. You can just have your X300, maybe, part ways with that. If you like the EPL more, go with the EPL. Everything's the same.
But you know
or
what?
Move it to a different gun.
Let's let Sean tell us about it.
Yeah.
And of course, continuing our SHOT Show coverage. And I'm here with Sean of Cloud Defensive. First of all, thank you for having us. And of course, synonymous with all the lumens, all the lights. I mean, I'm just saying, I carry this one right here. I mean, I'm just saying, we love y'all's lights. Every giveaway that we have, we normally throw your lights on. So, I mean, of course, we have to talk about new products, new stuff that's going on. Sean, take it away, brother.
All right. Well, I'll probably talk your ear off, but
All good.
the big story is the EPL. So, enhanced pistol light. It's been on our radar for a while now, and takes some time to get it done, but we got it. So, just to kind of walk you through it real fast, kind of start at the back, kind of work forward. First thing, and probably the most annoying thing for us, was getting the toggles right. We weren't really happy with traditional activation on the market, so we did this a little bit differently, encouraging a good thumbs forward grip. We didn't want you to have to break your grip down.
Makes sense.
And so it's just press forward for momentary, tap to turn on if you need to go with one hand, whatever. And then it's ambidextrous, and the toggles were very, very deliberately sized, knowing that these are going to go on a variety of different handguns. This is, again, it's a duty light, so think full-size handguns. And knowing that not everybody has huge hands.
Right.
So we did what we did, and then they all ship with 2 different sets of toggles with that in mind.
So a long throw and a short throw.
Yeah, basically the shorter one just creates more standoff, so it moves that toggle back. So if you're a guy with the smaller hands, or if you just have a bigger pistol, different size backstrap or whatever, it just is hopefully a lot more ergonomic. And that was one of my big goals for this thing. Was just, like I said, man, historical, like ergonomics. You had to break down your grip. You had to do things you don't optimally want to do. Specifically with a handgun in that moment. And we just wanted you to be able to shoot and move quickly and do everything you got to do.
That's awesome. So holster compatibility, you guys will work with industry partners, I'm sure. Like,
all of them.
Eotech, all those guys. So obviously that's been something in the forefront as well, especially providing all of the lumens that you provide, heat-wise, heat transfer, circuitry, all that jazz. So you guys, I mean, I know this has been in production for a while. It was teased a little bit.
Oh, it was teased a lot of bit for a long time.
Sure.
Believe me, ask me how I know.
And now it's finally come out. Now the question is compatibility with existing cloud stuff. So could I throw my head on here?
No. This is proprietary, and part of that goes to the performance on it. The beam pattern. Talk about that in a second, but on the holster side, you did ask about that. So it drops into all the existing Safari Land 6000 series, 7000 series holsters for X300 platform and TLR1 platform.
Awesome.
So that makes it easy. Basically, if you've got a dedicated duty setup, it almost certainly works. And then on the custom Kydex side, it's going to be custom Kydex. They're all different. Like I said, we're shorter than X300, we're narrower than X300, and we're narrower than TLR1. So with that said, if it's a non-duty holster we're talking about, IWB, OWB, whatever, it's probably going to be custom there. But aside from that, if you've got a duty rig, it's just put it on, holster it, and go to work.
And what about the power requirements? Are we looking at CR123s or 18350?
18350, just like you got there in your pocket.
Yep.
And then we put 1200 lumens into it, so you got a lot of light. It's 52,000 candela.
Okay.
Might be a little bit more in the very end, but it'll be right about there. And I know it's kind of a candela race, at least at times in certain parts. One thing I've been saying all show here is this was a very deliberate action.
Right.
The reason for that was on pistol engagements at pistol distances, you have to be able to light up more in your immediate area.
Fully PID.
Otherwise, you've got potential big problems.
Correct.
So we looked at realistic engagements, how these things are actually being used, specifically on the duty side. You're talking room searches, building searches, punching through
photonic barriers.
Yeah, all of it.
Okay.
So what we did is we actually had these things with much higher candela, but we didn't like them.
Okay.
It's really cool to turn it on and shine it across the shop or shine it across the backyard and put it on a tree line. You're like, oh, well, that's cool, but is that how you're using your pistol?
Right.
The answer's no.
Right.
So we actually diffused the light a little bit more. And I think it's going to be really hard to show you on camera and everything, but when you fire this thing, you're going to see a much larger hot spot than you might have guessed.
Okay.
And you can light up a lot more, and we put a lot more into the spill, too.
Okay.
And we've done some comparison videos with some other lights, and it's really pronounced, and I think it's going to be meaningful once people see it.
Okay.
But you got to see it.
Right, you got to get it in hand,
Yeah.
so that's for sure.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, so going forward, obviously I know this just came out. I'm pretty sure the market's going to probably try to bully or pressure to also look at different aspects like maybe IR for this. Or IR capability.
You stand here long enough, you'll hear all of it.
Okay.
Yeah, no, everybody wants something. They talk about IR, they talk about lasers, they talk about all these things. Right now, I'll just tell you, we're not focused on that. We're just focused on white light.
Right.
I think there's so many people who need this light and the handhelds and the rifle lights and everything else we're doing. We're still a young enough company. We're just trying to make sure that every time we drop a product, it's right. And I know the weight of this. Like, this is a duty light that's going on a gun, and it's going to save lives. Like, it has to. So I want to make sure that this is just dialed in. Same thing with our rifle lights, same thing with our handhelds. There's just, if you spend this much money on a light, it's got to work.
Right. And speak about that.
We go slow.
Like rifle lights, right? Y'all's lights are some of the most durable lights in this industry.
Thank you.
So, like, will there be an IR version for guys like me who run nods a lot and
so
get an IR head?
It's an interesting question. We've actually made them.
Okay.
We haven't produced them and sold them. One of the big frustrations, personally, and I think it's on Matt too, is I don't like the idea of just making an IR head.
Okay.
And then you have to throw that on your gun. You lose all your white light capacity.
Right.
And now in certain applications, I know like coyote hunting and some of the things that these guys do out there in the field, that's fine. But for more tactical, defensive situations, like we're a white light species.
Right.
We have to have that visible spectrum. So if I was going to do that, and if Matt was going to do that, I think we would want it to be substantially different in how that's rolled out. And that's just not something we've put a lot of time into. But I know that a lot of guys run nods.
Right.
I've got nods.
Same here.
So we do have our dual switch here. I don't have it on me at the moment, but it's over at the booth if you want to see it.
Yeah.
But that plugs into anything with a crane lead.
Okay.
So you can run your PEC 15, your D-ball, things like that. We've got a MAL solution coming, which is pretty cool.
Engol solution?
Engol solution, we actually have those.
Okay,
we just haven't launched them yet.
Okay.
But they do exist.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
Engol guys.
So Engol guys, and Engol too. That's kind of a tricky one because you got to figure out how you want that with that visible override feature. Integrated with a white light. So there's some decisions to be made. So this is where you get into the nuance of it. But yeah, we're not ignoring you. I promise. So,
awesome. Well, Sean, thank you so much. And guys, of course, Cloud Defensive, check them out. There's our preferred lights for any type of hard use duty aspect. Of course, you've seen that with us in New Mexico during running Buck Doyle's class. All the lumens shining out there are to about 450 yards for sure. Definitely was able to PID, no problem. So guys, continue to watch our SHOT Show coverage, and thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, brother. Absolutely. Thank you.
Hey guys, we're going to take a moment to interrupt this content to bring you a word from the sponsor of this video, Sonoran Desert Institute. Now, of everyone at Classic, I've probably built the most guns myself, and I know a lot of you guys out there like to work on and repair your guns at home as well. If you're looking for a way to take that hobby to the next level, Sonoran Desert Institute could help. The online courses at SDI cover a broad range of topics, including armor certification, gunsmithing, ballistics, woodworking and gun finishes, sport shooting management, and more. They even send tools and materials directly to your home so you can get hands-on training while you're covering this coursework. So if you're looking for a way to get an education that you could actually apply to your job or start a new career, definitely contact SDI at 480-999-4767 or visit sdi.edu.
Number 4 is
the Holosun Iris. And I'm going to let you talk about this. I know a little bit about some of the other stuff. You're the lights and lasers guy.
I tried it. I am the laser beam dude. So the Holosun Iris was teased like a year ago, and they were talking about it was coming out. They had some challenges, and then they scrapped it and then came out with a whole new rendition. So that's really cool.
We actually talked about it last SHOT Show.
Yeah, we did. Yeah. So it's way smaller than what the first rendition was.
Yeah.
Again, V-cell technology, and that itself is a huge boost to what we know out there in the, laser world when it comes to like illuminators and at least IR illuminators. It's really cranking out high performance and high power. Literally puts a D-ball D2 to shame.
Well, you have to build your laser around whatever battery you're using, right? And typically it was like CR123, right? So now you have a different battery source. New box, basically. New box, new laser, right? Let's let them talk.
Yeah, Adam, take it away.
And welcome back, guys, to our day 3 SHOT Show coverage. And I'm here with Adam in the Holosun booth, right? Our media room, this specialized room. It feels good in here, man. The carpet's nice.
VIPs like you, man.
Oh, please, I am not that guy. I'm just a dude. So, of course, we want to talk about everything that you guys are doing. You guys are killing the game. I mean, you guys are coming out and actually innovating with stuff, whether it be, optics, lights. I mean, now that laser aiming module unit, the Iris now, which speaks to my heart because I'm a nods nerd. So definitely, brother, take it away, man.
Yeah. So we'll start on this side. This is right here is our new Aero optic, ARO, Advanced Rifle Optic. And this kind of takes over for our 403, 503 line. Gonna be red, green, and gold choices. New rugged mount here on the side, so you're not gonna be over torquing anything. Gonna have your battery tray, no solar, but you're gonna have your plus and minus button. Kind of that entry level, or for the person that says, hey, I don't want any of the frills, I just wanna have an optic and I wanna do some work. Okay. That's this guy right here. Now, Jason, for men like you, they like the finer things in life, because I can tell, you like the finer things.
Just a little bit.
Yeah. We have the Aero Evo, so the Aero Evolved. And so you have some flip caps added to that, you have a larger diameter tube, solar panel up on top, and an anti-reflection device as well. Okay. So you get a little bit of everything. The reflection device can be unscrewed, so you can take it out. You can take the caps off if you want and just run the tube. But it gives you a chance, those options to kind of move up and have the little bit finer things in life on there.
Okay, that's what's up.
We move into the Ames series, and so the Ames Core, which is just an absolute workhorse. We did, again, the new rugged design mount, and then we have new glass with some technology that reduces the parallax you see by about 50%. So we're trying to keep up with what people are telling us and things that they want to see changes, and we're making those changes.
Right.
Red, green, and gold is an option as well. Okay. So we're offering that gold line more and more often. Okay. The Ames Pro is going to add the same things as the rugged mount, the glass with 50% less parallax, the same things as the standard Ames, which has the solar panel, the multiple reticle system, things like that. And it also has the anti-reflection device as well, and that can be taken out. So you can still take that out if you don't want it.
Okay.
And the Ames core is still the 2 MOA dot that you guys know and love, so you have that option. Okay. Now, for the guys who go, hey, I have astigmatism, I just don't know what to look at, you have the Prism sight now here from Holosun. This is our MP3X optic. And so QD mounting style, it's a fixed 3 power magnification, plus and minus buttons on top to change your reticles, or sorry, to increase, decrease the brightness. But also, the minus button allows you to change the color from red to green, and then back to red, or vice versa. Okay. Because with it being a prism sight and etched reticle, we can do that without changing the zero.
That's awesome.
Now, because I definitely can tell you like the finer things in life, my friend. The Iris line, which is definitely one of my favorites. Okay. We have the Iris 1, 2, 3, and shockingly, Iris 4.
Okay.
So the Iris 3 is what I'm going to talk about because that's the one that's out right now.
Right.
And so the Iris 3 has IR illuminator, IR laser, and visible laser. And then what really sets the Iris apart really is going to be this slider switch right here.
Right.
And so that guy, for those of us with night vision are used to is there's usually a little switch back here, a little knob, and you turn it.
Right.
And that takes your IR illuminator, which is really an invisible flashlight, and makes it broader or more narrow.
Right.
Now this thing, it's a tactile, very sturdy slider, and you can slide it back and forth to do the same thing.
Right.
So no more taking your hand off the gun to change it, no more fuddling around with it with gloves on at night.
Okay.
You can just do that right from there.
And that's awesome, especially changing the divergence. And we're using V-cell technology in that? Okay.
So
yeah.
if you've used our old lasers, it's highly improved. Your IR illuminator is going to be vastly more powerful. Still a very streamlined design, very lightweight. This has been a huge seller currently. For the Iris 3 that we have here, the Iris 1 and 2, you kind of take a feature off. So IR illuminator, then visible laser only, or IR laser only. And then as you move up to the Iris 4, you have the white light built in as well.
Okay.
Which is on this side right here.
Okay.
And obviously for some of us, like myself, maybe as an example, I shoot a lot of SPR style guns. Rail space is very limited. It's nice to have everything in one, so I'm not having to worry about one extra light or anything like that. But for those that still want that extra powerful light, because obviously this is not going to be, you know, a gajillion lumens.
Of course.
You do have our new Holosun Raid flashlight that pairs very well with the Iris 3 and gives a ton of candela output.
That's awesome.
Then you're going to like this one, buddy, because I know I'm excited for this. This is a PID Pro. This gives you IR laser, IR illuminator, and white light in a pistol mount option. So think of more or less the Iris 3 or 4, but for a pistol.
Okay, that's dope.
Yeah,
that's dope.
So you have like the the holsters that are made for flashlights. When this launches, hopefully that's going to happen. And then you can run your suppressor with your IR laser, IR illuminator, white light, whatever you're doing, in with all that on your pistol.
Wow. Have you guys noticed any holster compatibility right out the gate? Maybe like Safari Land or something like that?
I have not seen any yet. I know we're still looking at different options as we kind of like finalize the design of this. Because obviously we're trying to maximize the white light output for those that want it, but we're also trying to say, this is primarily going to be that IR illuminator, IR laser, stuff like that.
Gotcha.
So we're going to continue working on that, but this one I'm really excited for because obviously night vision's huge right now.
Yes.
Everybody and their mom.
It's so hot right now.
It is, right? So that's the PID Pro. This one is going to be a really cool one, especially for concealed carry. This is the PID K, and for those that are new to the firearms industry, K usually means shorter, smaller, something like that. So this is a shrunk down version of the PID, our weapons light. Still 20,000 candela, about 500 lumens, and it has compatibility with TLR7 holsters.
Okay.
Huge, right?
That's dope. Okay, yes.
So that's the PID K right there. And then if you want to hit me that guy, I don't want to reach too far across you there. This one has kind of stolen the show again this year. So we launched this last year as a proof of concept. And we kind of kept evolving it. This is the DPS or digital pistol sight, and it's thermal. So, So I'm sure you guys will get some video footage out there looking through it. Guys, it's really cool. I would tell you if I wasn't impressed. I'm honestly impressed. So this guy right here is actually the thermal sensor. It wirelessly sends the data to this guy and gives you a thermal overlay. You can still flip this cap open and run it as a regular red dot if you wanted to, but it is really good. We had this out for about 2,000 rounds Monday and 2,000 rounds Tuesday at range days and demos. People absolutely loved it, and it held up incredibly well, no issues at all. And it kind of shows what we can do with thermal technology, shrinking that down.
Especially on the pistol, so you're talking about violent action.
Oh my gosh.
When I say violent, it's really right there. The force of motion and how things work, it's right there in this pistol. So, question, what are we looking at, like average PID range?
So we saw, I don't know what the final resolution is going to be in the final sight, but we easily were hitting targets at 15 and 20 yards. Past that, obviously, you need you need something heated, and our heated targets were getting kind of blown to crap after a lot of shooters. So
I see this as very multifaceted, not just for a pistol, but maybe putting this on a not but a cantilever mount on top of a scope like Badger Ordnance mount, and then putting this at the 45 to get maybe just a confirmation PID of thermal for something on a rifle even.
So that's what a lot of us were talking about. Is my first thought was your SBRs, your PDWs, your PCCs. This could be a solid option. Now, what we're looking at right now is how far we can push the range between these two where it still communicates. So we're working on that. But exactly what you said was my first thought. I'm like, I would throw this on a PDW in a heartbeat and have some fun. And so, and as you mentioned, I know a lot of people, when they get into firearms, they think the hardest thing to shoot is recoil-wise is a rifle or a shotgun. As you mentioned, pistol has the most violent action of going back and forth. It's massive G-force.
20,000
So,
pounds of G-force.
If you can survive a pistol, you can survive almost anything out there. So that's what we're looking at. It's had a lot of great features, a lot of great functions, and we are hoping to push this out to market, hopefully by the end of the year. And I think people are really going to enjoy it.
I look forward to that, man. You guys have are synonymous in the game. Innovation has been driving so much stuff going on from, again, lasers, lights, pistol, thermal technology, even like the the one with the night vision that's built in, the standalone. I mean, there's so much you guys are doing, pushing that envelope, and it really shows, man. We appreciate it, especially in this industry. So, Adam, first of all, thank you for having us, brother.
No,
So much.
We're coming out again. You guys come here every year. Obviously, you should all be watching Classic Firearms because that's where you get SHOT Show 2025 coverage if you know what's good for you.
Biggest coverage in the game. You already know.
Drop that mic.
We're out.
And of course, there you go. He just ran it all over, right?
Yeah. I love Adam, by the way.
He's a
His
cool dude.
spirit's incredible. Also, amazing competitive shooter.
That is true. I mean, look at the price point, right? Around 1,000-ish. That's pretty cool. I mean, I'm just saying, a lot of performance for a fraction of the price of what you would pay for like a D-ball. So, ball's in your court, Steiner.
And lasers are just going up in price.
Just saying.
It's crazy.
All right.
Yeah.
Moving on to number
3.
All right, number 3, man. We're talking about the Eotech Vudu 3-9 by 32 package, like that whole thing.
Yeah, so at first when you were talking about this, you were like, hey, this needs to be the number 3. And I'm like, okay, so it's a 3-9 optic, right? That's around like $1,000 MSRP. What's so special? I think that's kind of high, in fact, right? For a 3-9. Then Jason started breaking it down for me. It comes with a scope mount. Okay, save a little bit of money there. But then, 3-9, like, there's tons of 3-9s on the market. It comes with a red dot attached to the scope mount, the Eotech E-Flex, all in one package for MSRP $1,000.
I mean, you tell me a better grab than that.
That's amazing.
That's really cool.
You have a primary optic, a secondary optic, and the mount for them all.
But yeah, and people are gonna say, well, I could just get a Trijicon, ACOG. That's fixed power.
You're gonna spend more money to get a secondary source
Right.
for your backup optic.
And then
Because I always love backup optics,
Right, and then
right? One is none, 2 is 1.
Right, and then you're gonna spend money for the optic mount to put on the said primary optic. So yeah, you do the math. I'm just saying.
Let's let Eotech talk about it.
Had to track down the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. JB of Eotech. First of all, brother, thank you for having us in this beautiful booth. It's great. It's a vibe.
It's as comfortable as it could get.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So, of course, had to run down star of the ball, or the bell of the ball, sorry.
Yeah.
Star of the show, your new offering.
It's really, really cool. We never thought we could achieve it. There's not a whole lot you could do with magnified optics at this point, but I think we did it. We made a variable powered scope ridiculously short.
Yes, it's small. Miniature.
Yeah. So we got rid of the tube sections that are kind of there for your rings.
Okay.
We added the Trijicon Mini ACOG base and just shortened everything up. So you're talking about a 6.8-inch variable magnifier. Really simple mounting system. The mount that we offer gives you 1.5 inches above bore, which is perfect for ARs. There are aftermarket mounts like ADM and Scholarworks and others that can get you low. Right. So I've had this on a lever gun. It's like amazing.
It feels the vibe. It's like short, compact. So I feel like small PDW, small.
I think it's endless. I think it can be really anything you want.
Yeah.
It's done in MOA. We have a really simple reticle that does give you some wind holds and elevation holds.
Okay.
Capped windage and elevation turret, so it's kind of a set it, forget it. It is illuminated, so we put a rheostat dial on there. It does have an off position after each one, so if you have a favorite spot. We do include the covers for your storage or inclement weather. What's really cool is we've created the diving board type system for a 1X optic. So you still have a true 1X if you want. Right. You can position it at 12 or at the 45-degree position. So now you have close quarter, you have 3 power for medium, you have 9 power for longer.
Okay.
I think it just does everything.
That's awesome. And we're talking about, you mentioned illumination, daylight brightness. What are we looking at?
I don't think you'll ever satisfy everybody from daylight bright. It gets pretty bright.
Okay.
But I've seen brighter, so I think it does great for all your dusk and dawn type stuff, your normal daytime stuff, but if you hold it in front of the sun, you're probably not going to see it.
Okay, that makes sense. So, a battery life, what are we looking at?
Runs on a CR2032 battery. Okay. It's about 300 hours on a normal medium setting, so you get more at a low light.
Right. But you still have that etch reticle in there to help you out, just in case anything goes in.
Oh, yeah. Yep, you definitely see that. So, we're really happy. We're selling it as the system with the scope and the mount starts at $1,059 MSRP, and then we are selling it with the whole system with the E-Flex and all that for $1,429.
Wow.
They're going to start shipping in March.
Wow. Okay. So you guys are ready to go.
We're close.
We're close. Ready to sell it out there. And this is really competing in that space of, I'd say, mid-range, because I say long range, but it depends on your engagement zone for sure. But
well, and you're probably going to get it. We got it when we pushed it. People are like, why didn't you do first focal plane? It's a 9x scope. It's in MOA. You probably don't need first focal at that point. You have 9 power to do all your range estimations and all that. So we just kept it really simple. I think it's just going to do well on everything.
Absolutely. And guys, this thing's awesome. Look at a small, compact form function for being exactly what it is. Plenty of illumination settings. Did we go over night vision performance? Do we have any?
We didn't touch on that, but there isn't a night vision setting.
Okay.
Yeah, there's not one there. We probably could have done it, but we didn't do it.
Okay.
I don't know if that application's going to work with that, but you bring up a good point.
Okay. We could always put up a clip on and then knock it out like that.
That's where it would work great, because you do have, if you have that extended rail, you have plenty of space for it. So that's probably what works better, is a clip on in front.
Absolutely. So guys, of course, this has been awesome. JB, awesome.
I was blown away. Once again, I get why it's number 3 at least, right? That just means number 2 and number 1 have to be that much better.
I hope they're as epic as we have built this up to be.
Number 2.
All right, here we are, number 2.
Number 2.
Gotta wow your socks off. You know more about number 2.
Yeah, so we kind of disagreed on a little bit of how valuable this is. I think it's one of the coolest things I saw at SHOT Show, which is why we put it at number 2. And I mean, without further ado, Chris, take it away.
All right, guys, we're here at SIG, and of course, I've got Chris here to talk about a couple brand new products for us. How's it going, Chris?
Great.
Fantastic. So we've got a couple of handguns, but also an optic right here.
Yeah.
All right, so what can you tell me about the new optic offering?
Yeah, so really the optic that we're kind of looking at here is called the AT AMR. So some people might be familiar with the AT. Super robust red dot, great night vision performance. We got a lot of feedback from some of our end users. So we could try to address some of those complaints that they had. So what we were able to do is drop the weight by 30% off of the current AT while even enlarging the window. So somehow we were able to do that. That's some crazy
Make something
engineers.
bigger, way less.
Yeah, so we were able to do that. It comes with a bunch of accessories. It comes with, glass lenses to protect it. It's got a kill flash, so it all comes with this package. And what's really cool is how it talks to the magnifier.
Okay.
So if you want to look through this, you'll be able to kind of describe, and maybe we'll show off exactly what you're looking through.
Yeah, okay, so we've got a circular reticle with kind of hash marks at 12, 3, 6, and 9, and just a dot in the middle.
Yep. Okay, so let's, I'll help you.
All right.
Now when you flip the magnifier, and we'll get some B-roll to show this off.
That's really cool. So now we have a vertical line reticle of 4 red dots.
Yep. So
So
it's basically BDC dots.
Yeah.
So what's cool is this red dot has 4 different reticle options. You've got a BDC dot, you've got just a dot, you've got a circle dot, as well as a circle dot with BDC holes.
Okay.
What's cool about that is that this red dot senses when there's a magnifier behind it and can change that. So it'll save whatever setting that you want with the magnifier. So this one we have it set for BDC. You can change the reticle so it's more applicable to long-range engagements, and then you can have a super bright, circle dot for close-in work.
Yeah, so that's fantastic. So not only is it a programmable reticle, but it's a programmable reticle that can sense whether or not you're kind of shooting near or far.
Yep.
And that's amazing. I don't think I've ever seen any red dot that communicated with the magnifier. Like they're just kind of always separate pieces.
And it's not just the reticle. You can save the brightness as well. So like I have this kind of set up so it's a super bright circle dot, and then a little bit more of a dimmer BDC, so I get a really nice precise hold.
Yeah, so you're not washing out kind of the target when it's further away.
Exactly.
That's awesome, man. And then what kind of battery life are we looking at?
So I think this was, and you would have to ask some of the optics guys, but I believe it was around 100,000 hours.
Awesome.
But I could be slightly off on that.
Okay, and is it manual wake only, or is there like a shake awake? Or
So yeah, it does have that MOTAC is what we call, so the motion activation. So it does retain all those features to save the battery.
That's awesome, yeah, because obviously, you know, one of the worst things is when you forget to turn off a red dot, you put it in the range bag.
Yep.
Next time you pull it out, dead. So it's awesome to see that there's kind of some battery saving features and that it's got a really respectable battery life. I always think it's amazing when people can tell me that something's going to run for like 100,000 hours.
Yeah.
Like obviously that depends on brightness settings and things like that, but I mean that seems like a really kind of high performance level that you're getting out of this. Fantastic. Now, is the magnifier on here new, or is that just?
Really what's special about the magnifier is the mount. So this is still compatible with any of our other magnifiers. The one we happen to have is a 3 power magnifier, but we have magnifiers that go all the way up to 6 power.
Sure.
And as long as you have this newer mount, it's able to essentially communicate with the red dot.
So it's acting like a switch. It's like if it's closed, it knows the the magnifier's in place. I got you.
Yeah, it'll sense, and you can even rotate it 180 depending on left or right-handed or whatever you want. So it's got the magnet on both sides, so it's still able to sense it regardless of which way you decide to flip it.
All right, so there you go. You got the breakdown of the, what is it, the AMR?
The AMR, the Romeo 8T AMR. So the Romeo 8T, I think we have it on a couple guns around here. Romeo 8T has established itself as an incredible, durable optic, a little bit heavy.
So it went on a diet.
It went on a diet and widened its field of view. So it's a bigger window, 30% less weight. Already got me, right? I'm interested in that. Okay. Then you go a step further. You add a magnifier to it. Okay, a lot of people, you know, Eotech includes a magnifier with the red dots as a package. You know, that's not special. Then they go a step further. The reticle changes when you bring the magnifier over. So you have a regular circle dot, as you guys saw with Chris, and then you have those 3 BDC, actually 4 BDC dots that help you figure out whatever hold you need for long range shooting. That is a game changer to me. And the thing is, when I am shooting, I'll have it on a higher brightness setting and the red dot on a higher brightness setting. And then when I bring the magnifier over, I get a bloom effect because it's too bright and I have to bring the brightness down. And then when I take the magnifier off, I gotta bring the brightness up. It's got that covered. 2 brightness settings, unmagnified and magnified.
I can see how that one would be viable.
I love it.
It's gotta use it, to be honest with you. I gotta get more time behind it to really give a solid yes.
Oh, we are going to test that very soon. Yeah.
I feel like we should move on. Oh,
wait, honorable mention.
Honorable mention.
Before we get there.
Yeah. Honorable mention, Carbon Research suppressors. Now, that kind of blew me away. I know that they were kind of discussed last year, or some people like, you know, Ian at Forgotten Weapons talked about them, but it really blew me away as we were at the booth, and John and I actually had a great time sitting there just talking to the guy, let alone shooting the product. Now, I dumped 60 rounds continuously through that can.
Was it 5.56?
5.56. No, it was actually 9 mil.
Was it 9 mil? Okay.
And I actually was able to put the suppressor literally to my, you know what? Watch the footage, roll it.
Continuing with our industry day coverage, we're over here at Carbon Research, and I got Chris with me. First of all, brother, thank you for having us, man. And I see some neat things, carbon fiber suppressors. You've tickled my fancy, bro. Take it away.
Right on. Well, what we got here this year is our new CR45. It's 45 caliber, right up to 458 SOCOM. Okay. This is our heavier duty version. This weighs 9 ounces. We'll have a 7-ounce version coming out for the Pistoles soon. And basically, you know, it's a 1/2-inch bore diameter, true carbon fiber baffles. It's all titanium and carbon fiber. Like I said, this one weighs in at 9 ounces. Wow. And I'm gonna go ahead and let you shoot it and see what's going on. When we're done, I want you to go ahead and grab this and see how hot that gets.
Okay.
You need to take one of your gloves off.
Oh, okay.
Let's see. I'm gonna let you do both of those mags too, so you can really try to get some heat from that thing.
All right, we're gonna check this out, man. Carbon fiber. So I've never really thought about that in a can, at least. Carbon fiber baffles, you said.
True carbon fiber baffle system, yes.
Wow, okay.
Not a wrap.
Okay. Let's give it a whirl. Okay.
Appreciate it.
I'm not feeling any heat, really anything. That is crazy interesting. Now you mentioned talk about feeling some heat, right? Like, I didn't feel a thing.
Put that on your neck.
That's
No heat. So that's carbon fiber is an insulator.
okay.
So the thing about carbon fiber, it rejects heat.
Right.
Metal absorbs heat. So carbon fiber, it will get hot eventually, but it takes a lot longer for it. In the low mass, it doesn't absorb the energy as well. Wow. The carbon fiber baffle system, the acoustics are different than the metal. So you're getting a different vibration. So that tone you're hearing is a little different.
Right.
Yeah. And another plus is carbon doesn't stick to carbon. So the cleaning process on this is mainly just cleaning the metal component in the front and the tips in the center.
Okay. What's the blast baffle made out of?
Carbon fiber.
Wow. So okay, 100%. Wow.
Yeah, we have a small chamber here that is a titanium connection.
Okay.
And then after that, everything is carbon fiber. And I have one cut in half over here if you'd like to see.
Yeah, I definitely want to check that out. Definitely.
Well, you can see these are carbon fiber. It's Kevlar reinforced with titanium armored tips. Now this has got over 8,000 rounds through it. It has not been cleaned. I have run brushes through the center, but that is it. Yeah.
So on the material science, how do you maintain concentricity like through the process?
Well, it took 7 years to develop before we sold our first one. So I've got about 2,000 ways on how not to make a carbon fiber suppressor. As far as the process goes, we have 2 patents on it.
Okay.
And it's a work of art. It took some time to do it. There was a lot of passion and love that went into this.
Absolutely. You said the 45 is 9 ounces?
9 ounces, that's correct. What you're holding there, this are 9mm, this weighs 6 ounces when it's in its full configuration. Right now it probably weighs 4.
Yeah, cut in half, right? Absolutely.
You can shoot from 9 as well.
Absolutely.
You just kind of see the difference in the acoustics.
Yeah, let's. Bro, it is like so faint.
Yeah. Oh, look at that.
Wow. I mean, first of all, the Scorpion it being lightweight is in its sense, and then this is just not even really adding anything to it. And like you said, cool to the touch. I mean, are these full auto rated?
Yes, sir, they are. Yes, they are. 9, 22, they're blackout, all full auto rated. In fact, we do demonstrations. The first year we were here, we had our MP5 out, and we were running full auto, and they thought the flags were waving in the wind,
Right.
because of the sound, and they let us do it for like half the day. Then they realized we were shooting full auto, and they made us stop. So, but yeah, all full auto. On our website, we have there's demos on there to show that full auto capabilities.
I'm flying the flag, aren't I? Yeah, that's
You can do 90 rounds, 3 magazine dumps, and hold the suppressor by its hand. Hold the weapon by the suppressor.
There's not many times I've ever been like flabbergasted, but like that's.
It's the new technology, man. It's carbon fiber being put where it can be used best. And being introduced to the gun world, that's I'm glad people are accepting it, a little bit more every year. So
Absolutely.
you're starting to see a lot more carbon fiber furniture and things coming out. So
Okay.
yeah, let me get you some more rounds on that so you can heat that up.
Oh, okay.
This is where I make a wrong-handed joke, but I mean a correct-handed. I'm stuck with two. Well, so my humble is left-handed.
I know this probably looks weird on camera, but
It's got all avenues covered. It's got that one right there.
I just shot hella rounds and I laid this thing next to my cheek, and it's not even really warm. That's some crazy stuff. And full auto rated. Open hub in the back.
Standard hub, inner shield, yep. any attachment you want before you use ours. You're on safe, just give that a flick forward.
Guys, come check out Carbon Research. We definitely need to get these on the channel and really put them on some stuff. Guys, I have to say this was pretty eye-opening for sure. I'm just gonna sit there and be honest with you. Again, it's very rare that something like literally makes me catch my breath, but there you go. This is awesome. Chris, appreciate you, brother. Absolutely.
Of course, you see that? I mean, I literally touched my skin and dumped rounds. I mean, that's crazy.
Carbon fiber.
Now, that one kind of fooled me, right? Carbon fiber, Kevlar reinforced, integrated synergy stuff,
Sounds
additive
expensive.
materials. It sounds very expensive, but it's not.
Is it not?
It's not. And so
Wow.
MSRP was like right around, I think, 1,000 for that one. So.
No, that's, there are a lot of suppressors more expensive than that.
And how he explained it, you know, carbon doesn't trap carbon. So that's kind of cool. Or like, that's really awesome. So, I mean, hey, it is what it is, man.
All right. My honorable mention, the Sentry manufacturing DeadLock. So at first, I mean, it just looks like a pretty nice charging handle, right? Yeah. So what it does, there's a little button on the backside here. So when you're actually using the wings here, you have to press the button to disengage it. So if you don't press that button, it is not disengaging. You have to press the button with it. And that seems like a downside, right? Well, say you have a sling or an object that hits it, say you're moving around quickly, you hit on a tree, something else. When you hit that charging handle, your bolt can come dislodged. And then it's a dead man's gun.
Yeah, out of battery.
It's out of battery. And you're sitting there trying to figure it out. You're doing tap, rack, bang, you know, trying to diagnose the issue. You move on, right? But with this, because you don't have to, it does not disengage unless you press that button, you're good to go.
I would definitely have to put that to the test.
And that's why it's an honorable mention, right?
Yeah.
Because I think that there's a couple things to this. At first, I'm like, all right, an extra button. But, you know, ergonomically, when you look at it, you already grab that area with your thumb, right? So you just have to get used to pressing in with your thumb when you pull back. And there you go. Oh, last part, apparently no gas blowback with suppressors.
We're going to have to test that against the Snatch.
Apparently, yeah.
Yes, the Griffin Armament Snatch, for sure.
So, exciting stuff.
I know. I feel like we should just get into the last one.
Number one.
Number one, man. You ready for this?
I'm ready.
This one's
Let's
actually
do it.
really, really cool. All right.
Okay.
It is the Burris XTR Pro. It's optic. I mean, it's a scope, right? I mean, people are like, oh God, a scope, number one? Yes, I have to say this. And John and I shot this at Beretta's Range Day. And I have to say this, on this Tika, it was like amazing. Now imagine you have glass, right?
Okay.
You're in your glass and you're like, I know exactly how many yardage this is away from me. I know I'm gonna shoot it. So imagine that, cool. I'm engaging it, awesome.
Got
it. And imagine I wanna go a little bit farther. And all I have to do is just range find and use my, mills to get there. Matter of fact, hold on. Let me give you watch the video.
All right, I have to say, this Tika matched up with this Burris is a match made in heaven. Now we're talking about giving you digital dope per se in your optical plane without you ever have to go over the top. So that's, first of all, really, really awesome. Provided that you know what you're shooting, where your distance is, and you can do it. The only thing missing is range finding. All right, there you go, man. This thing's awesome. Shooting 6.5 and it's a dream. Check it out.
All right, you see that?
I'm still imagining.
You're still imagining.
Yep.
Now, I was able to literally just give a twist of the elevation knob while keeping my eyes still on the glass and engage that next target out to range. Now, that was awesome. I didn't have to change anything other than just dialing. And now here's the thing, I didn't have to look over, I didn't have to do anything, I just stayed right there on my glass. I've got a digital counter of what my yardage that I'm dialing for, 870 yards, cool, run it to 870 yards, put that thing right there smack dab in the middle, send it, call your win call, obviously.
I think I've seen that in a video game once.
I know, it's right. It is super Call of Duty-esque,
cool.
I'm not gonna lie. But hey, people are like, well, what about rangefinder? They do have another option that has a built-in rangefinder in for you. So that is the next evolution step. But this one is just that dial for that one. So I mean, I think that's pretty cool, man.
That is cool. No, I get why it was number one. You told me about it, I was like, that makes sense.
Now it's hefty in price.
At Burris, really? Because Burris is known for like a really affordable optic that works, like especially in the past, I would say 5 years.
3,000 MSRP.
Whoa. Okay.
Yeah, but you're
Now
paying.
we're talking.
Yeah, you're paying for technology.
We're getting to like loophole Mark 5 HD
Yeah,
territory.
yeah. I mean, you are paying for it. But here's the thing: I'm still in my glass. All I have to do is up 600 yards, 600 yards, spin it, send it.
I get it. I mean, that technology is incredible.
That is.
Especially when you apply that to an amazing optic.
Right.
And that's got to be the good partnership,
No,
right?
that
You can
is.
have all the technology in the world.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But it comes with an app too that you lock into your phone. So you put in what you're shooting, all of that in there. I mean, you just pair it off.
I'm not a big app person, but it sounds interesting.
Sounds pretty good.
I like it.
What do you guys think, man? Did we hit the mark with this list? You get it? Hit the mark?
Yeah. With the Burris XTR Pro.
You can. You just dial for it. Is there something that you thought we missed? What else could have been on the list? Do you agree with our picks? Again, these are things that really caught our eye or stood out to us that best of SHOT Show 2025. I mean, I'm pretty sure folks are gonna be like, well, what about this? We understand. There's a lot.
There's a lot. I mean, totally. There's so many products that came out. We're bound to miss some. What was it? 2,500 manufacturers at SHOT Show?
Wow.
This year?
Yeah.
2,500.
Yeah. So this is what we compiled. But of course, there it is. Of course,
Steyr or Barrett Emrad. Or something.
We could
cool
do
like
that.
that.
Yeah, we could.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Shytech M200. Intervention.
Yes.
All my MW2 people out there.
Speaking about MW2, see, little Call of Duty optic, Call of Duty gun. Love it. There you go. Of course, folks, we appreciate your business.
God bless.
And we'll see you guys later. Later.
Peace.